say is that he's only starting off with like beggars and stuff, like little beggar boys. So like with beggar boys and the sword. So yeah, that's our general setting. And then obviously I don't know what the players are gonna play yet. So yeah, I can't include them in the planning yet. But I guess they will be one of those beggar boys or some kind of, well, maybe agents that inform the guild, like some kind of trading partners, maybe. Um, maybe if somebody plays maybe somebody plays some kind of woodman, so a ranger that would be as a class. He might just be a scout for the guild, to find any like secret hideouts in the forests or anything of that sort. But yeah, obviously I can't tell yet because I don't know any of the characters the players are gonna play. I mean, it would be really cool if I could get one of the players to create his character right now, but I think they're just not online or something. Actually, I'm asking right now. Um. So yeah. More ideas, more ideas. Um. So I guess Tyree would have some kind of plan to rob rich people in the town. So I guess I can already start off with some more specific, like um, I wouldn't really call it planning, but at least like drawing out the city, like just having an idea of how the city looks like and what kind of rich people there actually are. Maybe I can already roll the bounties, but I'll do that off stream, obviously, so people don't like can't cheat and like look up who the richest guy is, or like what the bounty would be. So yeah, but I can already do like the general stuff. So um, Kolstad is a little town of, what do we say? I'd say like several hundred people, like 500-600 people. Of like I'll say 500 people. So what I have in mind is quite an old population, because most of Coldstadt's inhabitants um, are old veterans from the war, because this war, like, it's a really old war. And actually, like, this city right here used to belong to this kingdom, but then like Imperia managed to get further down here and like beat them back a bit, but then like it's going back and forth all the time. um so yeah, my idea is that the war has been going on for many years, decades, maybe even centuries. I haven't decided on the exact time frame we start in yet, but obviously I just want to give the players in this world, obviously, because like if one of those kingdoms would win, that would also mean that like they could suddenly threaten maybe this kingdom and stuff. So this is where we can go on from that, obviously, when players get higher and higher. So you would probably start off in a like in the town in Coldstead itself, then you'd expand to like other towns, and they would have problems fighting other thief guilds, because, well, they have the territory and they don't want to lose it. Well, why do I say Coldstead is a little town of 500 people, and then I say that the population is quite small? I wanted to say it's quite old. It's quite old. War veteran town. So I'll say this Coldstead is originally a settlement of a general with his troops. So some kind of, well, I don't want to say army, but like battalion that fought till they were like really, really old, like some kind of elite battalion, and they settled down there because obviously they were too old to fight. So Coldstead, is originally was a settlement of a general and his troops, who eventually grew too old to fight. The general was well known for being a key person in the siege of, what's the name, Boston, and managed to claim it for his kingdom. Since then, I'll say since then several years have passed, so I'll say this is still a quite young town. Have passed, and I'll make it 20 years, and the soldiers are now living a quiet life. Yeah, fine. So what I want to do is like the general would be, well, the lord of the town. He'd obviously have from his war, he'd have some kind of well, artifacts, or he gathered some gold. People will have to find that out later on. I won't tell now on stream, obviously. So I'll say general is now lord of town. He is about, I'll say, 80 years old. So he was 60 when he settled down there. Old and quite sickly. He has some artifacts and gold that he claimed throughout his campaign of driving back the forces of Jal Ahala. Alright, so I'll make a little mark for me. Roll. I'll create those later off stream. Right. So then obviously there's, in such an army or battalion, troop, whatever, there's not only the general, but he has his officers as well. So while the general is the lord of town, the officers would have some kind of some kind of higher position in the town as well. So I'd say, you know, probably leader of the town guard, maybe coin master, stuff like that. So I'll say officers have higher up positions in town as well. And now obviously I have to come up with special officers there. So I'll just start off with one. Obviously we need a name, and I just saw if some viewers. So if viewers have any ideas for names, just go ahead and tell me. It should be, you know, like some fierce names, like they should sound old and experienced and stuff, and like, you know, kind of that way. So officer name was the second in line after his general. He is now the head of the town guard. He rose to his title with quite so he was, what I want to say is he was quite young when he started playing. What the fuck? It's really too late, isn't it now? So he was quite young when he started. So he's like, now he's like, I'd say 60 years old maybe. He was 40 when he stopped. I guess that would kind of make sense. So yeah, he rose to his title quite early and therefore is only 60 years old now. So I want him to be quite the like sturdy and a strong character, so I'll just say that he's quite the robust type and very strong, etc. So that will obviously, you know, play into his stats later on. Besides that, he's quite strict with the town guard. Quite strictly and doesn't allow any mishaps or dishonorable events occurring that involve his guard. Right. What else? Okay, so I guess we create a second officer for now, because I don't have any, like, this is really how I plan stuff, you know, I just brainstorm a bit, write stuff down, then come back to it later on and just see how it all pans out, and hopefully in the end I have something that somehow makes sense. Obviously that doesn't always work, but sometimes it does. So let's see. So next officer name, and again the one viewer I have, please come up with great names because I don't know so far. So now what I'm doing is I create the coin master. So officer name is the coin master of the town. Like the general, he is quite old already, but still very sharp minded for